Good morning, I'm Frank Powers, and this is Lifestyle Tucson, the program where I speak to our neighbors, the people behind the scenes of our amazing organizations, small businesses, and nonprofits. Our friends are informing you how they serve our community, and they are here to give you updates on future projects. Let's make some new friends today. The American Heart Association has funded more than $5 billion in cardiovascular, cerebrovascular, and brain health research since 1949, making it the single largest non-government supporter of heart and brain health research in the U.S. The result? We've had a 70% drop in age-adjusted heart disease deaths since the Heart Association began funding in 1948. Today, almost 50% of the United States have some form of CVD, which includes heart attack, heart failure, stroke, and hypertension. That's about 128 million people. And my aunt's one of those people. My aunt just had a stroke like 10 days ago. Yeah. She went to the hospital to get a procedure done, and then something happened, and she had a stroke. Luckily, she was in the hospital, and the doctors and nurses recognized exactly what was happening, and they were able to administer a stroke medication in time to reverse her paralysis and stop it and save my Aunt Nancy. We're all tied to heart disease and stroke in some way, and we must change that. Join your friends, family, and coworkers to be a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives by registering for the American Heart Association's Heart Walk today. You'll be taking the first steps to save lives. We're going to do that right here because I'm lucky enough to be speaking with Gil Velez, Health Equity Administrator for Banner Health Plans. Banner Health being the lead sponsor for the American Heart Association's Heart Walk this year. Gil, welcome to Lifestyle Tucson.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's a great event, the Southern Arizona Heart Walk. So the Heart Walk raises funds to save lives from heart disease and stroke. You just talked about on stroke. Those are the number 1 and number 5 killers here in the United States, heart disease and stroke. And so the Heart Walk is held in 250 communities across the nation, bringing together more than 1 million people on a mission to end heart disease and stroke. So the event brings together families, co-workers, friends to have fun while helping millions of others at the same time. So over the past 30 years, funds raised through the Heart Walk have pioneered healthy food policies in schools, helping more kids have access to foods they need to thrive, improve technology that saved lives from heart disease and stroke, developed backed guidelines improving the quality of care loved ones receive in hospitals across the nation, and uncover CPR techniques, making it easier for bystanders to respond in an emergency and save someone's lives. So we're really excited to be able to be the lead sponsor this year. And this year, the event will be held at Reed Park, the Meester Outdoor Performance Center in Tucson, Arizona.
But wait, now let's lead into what day is it on? Dun, 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 dun.
It is on May 4th.
That's right. May the 4th be with you as our fun new holiday has arrived in the past few years.
Yeah, and I'm leading a team for Banner, and we are the Skywalkers. So
oh, well done. Yeah, well done. Yeah. Better than the Sith slinkers. You don't want them around. But actually, yeah, we do. We want as many people where the force is strong within them to come down to the Heart Walk. What a great fun day that is going to be May 4th. What a riot. Tell me all about the festival and how people can get involved.
Yeah. So the festival starts at 7:30 in the morning, and then the walk usually begins around 8:45. And why should folks really come and join us that day? Well, every walker who joins, every dollar donated means more research, more people trained in life-saving CPR, more medical breakthroughs, and more champions for equitable health. There's no registration fee. Participants are encouraged to fundraise, but you don't have to. So there's no minimum. And you can register in advance at southernarizonaheartwalk.org. So that's SOAZ heartwalk.org.
Is that the website that I was on that's tracking all the donations being received already, where you have your big goal? What's the big goal that I believe I saw on the website? I think it was like $600-something thousand.
Yes, $600,000 this year. So
at the time of this recording right now, you've passed about $450,000. So you're almost at the goal, which is exciting. And you could see all the different organizations there. They're all tracked, all the teams. A lot of them are already getting money raised, getting funds up there. And it's great to see that fundraising bar is already past the halfway point.
Yes, and it's great to see teams compete, right? Who's going to fund more, raise more funds for the event. So it's always a fun event that way, right? To kind of compete and see who's going to raise the most dollars.
Nothing like competing to like do the best. And by do the best, it's not like do the best of yourself. It's do the best for all these people that you're helping by raising the most money. Like, that's an incredible thing to be able to achieve. And again, anything that's a fun community event involves teams, families, getting out there, getting motivated, getting in motion, getting off the couch. Always good and good for your heart, right? Doing a little bit of exercise is probably one of the best pieces of advice I received when I was going to get my heart work done, because I have a little bit of a heart thing going on myself, and that just happened last year. So it's all new for me to get all the information I can, to be safe, to be informed, what exercises are better for me, what my diet can consist of, to get all this. And you're going to have a ton of these resources there as well, correct?
Yes, at the festival. So there'll be providers there handing all these resources for the community, plus giveaways, right? Who doesn't love a giveaway?
Yeah.
Tons of giveaways, right? Great products that they give away that day. So yeah, it's just a fun activity. There's activities for the kids, adults. So yeah, great time. And then who knows, there might be some Star Wars characters walking around.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of easy ways to keep track of all the success too. You have an amazing app that keeps track of all your success, and the mobile app's easy to use, and you can connect and share all of the fun stuff that you're doing, share your successes. And there's another thing that's going on. Usually it's associated with credit cards, but you can get some rewards and redeem them for amazing hero gear. The hero gear was something that I found very fascinating. Growing up, I think we used to have Marlboro points. Nowadays, I think it's better to have Heart Walk points.
Yeah.
Get some of that hero gear and trade in those rewards and, show up and show out looking good and all these fine things. Is this going to be, I imagine it's not your first Heart Walk. How many of these have you been a part of?
This will be my second one. So we went into a 3-year partnership with American Heart Association just for specific strategies in the community, doing outreach, engaging the community, getting folks to understand heart disease and stroke and how to prevent heart disease and stroke. And so this will be my second year at the event.
That's good. What did you find out in the first year? How much fun did you have?
It was an amazing time just to see how many members from the community came out to support the American Heart Association. Was really, really amazing to see.
Yeah, I have a guest, Lisa Chastain is on here, usually from Gospel Rescue Mission. And she always talks about things like this and just charity and helping people and just getting people past their problems. But it's something that she said to me where it's like the charity finds you. We all have something in our lives like that, where some people, they may not realize like, oh, I don't really know anyone that's autistic, so I don't pay attention to that as much. Oh, MS, that's not really a concern for me. My family, though, over there, they care about that. Everyone really does have like something, but when it comes to heart and heart disease, being the number one killer, like we should all be really paying a lot more attention to it, a lot more, because I think it's something that does affect us all, every single one of us individually, more than we realize.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you just mentioned your aunt. I had a cousin just this past year, young, 52, and had a major stroke, right? That left him paralyzed half his body. And who knows, right? That if he would have been caught on time, if folks were aware of what to do in that situation, right? Because key is getting medical attention right away, right?
Yes.
And so I think it's important. I think it's an important cause, and folks should come out and support.
Yep, you can get all that information when you come on out here. You can get involved and learn about the Heart Walk team. If you have any questions, you can contact them. Why don't you go email kathy.wood@heart.org, or you can give a call at 520-917-7520. This is how you get some information about your Southern Arizona Heart Walk team. Let me ask you another question when it comes to some of this stuff. Again, when it comes to volunteering, your organization probably has a lot of volunteers. So if people want to get involved and volunteer, how can they do that?
Just emailing Kathy.
Hey, simple, right?
Yes, very simple. I mean, we love volunteers. There's stuff going on, setting up, breaking down for the event, monitoring some of those booths. So, yeah, I think there's tons of volunteer opportunities.
Yeah, and if you go online, if you can't donate your time, just donate some money. That's the way to do it. A lot of opportunities to donate online, or you can donate to their mailing address, the American Heart Association. Attention, you put on there, Southern Arizona Heart Walk. 1910 West University Drive, STE 205 in Tempe, Arizona, 85281. You can mail a donation, mail a check, mail a money order right to there, and I'll have all this info for you in the notes as well as in the recap at the end. Follow along over at heart.org. Follow on Instagram at American_Heart on Instagram. Let me ask you just one last thing, Gil, before we just wrap things up. If you had a wish for your organization, what would that wish be?
A wish for our organization was that we can find a cure for heart disease and stroke and just be able to serve all those underserved individuals that we know are out in the community and just are not aware of all the resources that are available.
That's right. That's an easy thing. We can help them grant that wish, because all you got to do, tell a friend and tell a friend to tell a friend, because word of mouth is actually the best form of marketing. It's the best way to get involved with things like this. And that's going to really help out a lot of these great organizations. That's going to help you get off the couch and out of the house, get moving and get some things done. Any last calls to action for anybody listening before we wrap it up?
Yeah, call to action. Go to the website. Take a look. If you're not familiar with all the great work that the American Heart Association does, Banner Health's website to see all the great services that Banner Health does in the community. So, yep, that would be the call to action.
There you go. I'd follow that. Answer the call, because today we made friends with Gil Velez, Health Equity Administrator for Banner Health Plans. Banner Health being the lead sponsor for the American Heart Association Heart Walk. The American Heart Association, a relentless force for longer, healthier lives in our community. Thank you for joining me today, Gil.
Thank you, Frank. It was a pleasure.
This was Lifestyle Tucson. Bing bong bing, time for a recap. I really enjoyed my conversation with Gil. I've had the American Heart Association on Lifestyle Tucson about 4 times. If you'd like to learn about them in general, go listen to a previous episode. You can really learn all about them, or go to heart.org. They've got a lot of information there, resources. You can learn all about events going on in the area. But the big event is going to be Saturday, May 4th, because that's for the Heart Walk. You can go learn all about that at soazheartwalk.org. Saturday, May 4th, 7:30 a.m. the festival begins. 8:45 a.m. the walk begins. It's at Reed Park Outdoors Performance Center and 800 South Concert Place. So that's where your address is. Go to the little details online. Easy peasy. Just go look it up, find it. It's one of the biggest events going on. If you got any questions, you can contact them. Just email Kathy.wood@heart.org or call 520-917-7520. But I want to thank our new friends at the American Heart Association for joining me today. You've been listening to Lifestyle Tucson. If you're a nonprofit that would like to be on the show, email lifestyletucson@gmail.com. For more information about this program or to listen to something you may have missed, go to the Sunday Mornings page on klpx.com, kfma.com, mixfm.com, or espntucson.com. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Audible, or wherever fine podcasts are heart healthy. Follow on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Lifestyle Tucson, because I'm your BFF, your best Frank forever, Frank Powers. Toot toot Tucson. I love you the most.